everybody. Welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi with Wade and Willie. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
This is a podcast about the paranormal contemporary mythology. Join us on patreon.com/Real Life Sci-Fi for access to 2 bonus episodes a week, video feeds, and more. And visit reallifesci-fi.show for our links. If you have a topic or guest, you can email us at wadeandwillie@gmail.com. A topic or guest suggestion. I got to change my copy here. I don't know if you guys could tell that I read that. But... let's welcome aboard the SSRLSF, our good friend. He's a comedian, host of Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's our good friend, CJ Sullivan. Hey, man.
What's up, W's? How are we doing here? Good to be back on the Sci-Fi.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, I think I did one during COVID.
We talked about Dorner, I heard.
Yeah, Dorner, the cop up in Big Bear.
Yeah, I do not remember that, but that's okay. I don't remember any of these. How into conspiracy theories are you in general? At all?
I'll indulge, some conspiracy theories, of course. It's always fun. I mean, there's usually just some truth, like any good conspiracy theory. There's always some truth to it, and then there's always bummer science, like putting out the fires.
Yeah,
I don't get too deep into the wormholes with it, but no, I like to. All you need is a little starter pun. The one we're going to talk about today, by the way, is a perfect conspiracy theory because.
Okay, I don't know what it is, but here's what I want to ask about.
I'll wait then. Go ahead.
Was the Mavs' first pick? I hear owners now across the NBA are saying that the Mavs' first pick was. So if you don't know,
for giving up giving away the best player.
I don't know how many sports followers we have. So what happened is last year the best basketball player in the league basically got traded for like nothing, and
to the Lakers, the nation's favorite team.
To the Lakers. Luka Doncic traded to the Lakers, known as the worst trade of all time. General manager named Nico Harrison did it.
Yeah, he got a bunch of death threats and stuff, right?
It was in the middle of the night in silence. That's how you know it's not a good trade. We can't let anyone know, or they're going to want to kill me. So that's not a good thing.
Right.
So then there was saying, well, now they're just making Luka Doncic go to the Lakers because he's a big star. And then out of nowhere, they get the number 1 pick the very next year, where Cooper Flagg.
And they go back and say, how many times does this happen? Where they trade the best player and they got the number 1 pick. Happens quite often.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So people think there might have been a backroom deal, like, listen, do this, and we'll make sure you get the number 1 pick, so you can do it. Even LeBron James tweeted, like, come on, like when it happened, like the Cooper Flagg and all the owners think so. But in reality, it's a lottery system, and the way they do the lottery, like even the worst team only has a 14% chance because they flattened out all the odds. So they had a 1.5% chance of getting it. It's obviously possible. But it was just so the timing of it obviously was awful. And the best was Nico Harrison, the general manager, who's since been fired because they just chant fire Nico every single game.
Right.
And they're like, he's like, well, now you're finally seeing my plan. Like, he was like justifying his trade. And we're like, yeah, I also have the same plan. I make horrible financial business decisions and then I try to win the lottery. That's my plan.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. It's the most crooked league, right? It has
absolutely. The NBA has no leg to stand on for being up and on the up and up. They did it same. There was a conspiracy theory. I think it was '85 when the Knicks got Patrick Ewing. Yeah. They didn't have ping pong balls. We had to grab envelopes.
Yeah, we've covered that. I think we covered it with Acosta, where it was wet, right?
So they froze it
cold.
They froze it. Yeah. So it was freezing cold, so they touched it.
And it's funny if you watch the replay of it, like when he's searching and then just grabs it, there's no searching after. You wouldn't search after that anyways, but like it looks suspicious.
Yes, 100%. So that's one I definitely believe that they rigged it for Dallas. I don't even know how they're in the lottery. They were in the play-in game, like they were like almost in the playoffs. They lost that. Like, okay, now we're in the lottery. Like, how do you do both?
Yeah. I they've changed so many. I used to know about that stuff, when I was a kid, and then they changed it all. And now I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. They got second aprons and stuff, and I don't know what any of it means.
And every idea they come up with is terrible. And I'm like, I hope you do every one. I hope you do them all. It's so funny. They're trying to, curb tanking now. They're like, okay,
I know.
I love
the lottery. I'm like, what?
I love the idea to stop tanking by the way you get lottery points is once you're eliminated, every win you get counts as a point towards you getting a better percentage for the number one pick.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then the number two pick is the worst record. So it's still like, okay, you still don't lose. You still get an advantage for doing so bad,
right?
That's interesting. Would you still do a lottery, or would you?
Well, that's everything else. Yeah, is lottery, but you get the percentage changes based on how
you get more odds. They should just do the top 3 teams. When you have like 15 teams be able to get in the lottery, they're all just going to want to try and tank and get a lottery. Like, hey, we have a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to cut it off for all those numbers. And what's funny is like we don't really care about bad teams tanking. We care about the good teams not playing their players or caring. Like I don't give a shit if the Wizards aren't playing anybody. You know what I mean? Right. But when I go to the game and Luke,
who do they have? Bradley Beal? I don't even know who's on that team.
Oh, they're hilarious. No, I don't think they have Beal anymore.
Okay.
But they traded for Trae Young and Anthony Davis just so they can bench him. And like, oh, he's hurt. We'll take it. Perfect. Give me your wounded.
Yeah, I don't know, Willie. Have you looked at it? How do they do the lottery now? Because they're not pulling out envelopes, they're not doing ping pong balls.
Yeah, I don't know what is it. Ping pong? I think it is ping pong.
I don't know.
It is.
It's still ping pong balls. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like a lottery, like it shoots them out and everything, and they come rolling down.
But you only get a certain amount. Like if you're the worst team, you still only have like a 14% chance, which is pretty unfair. It's like the Wizards never get a top 3 pick, even though they're the worst every year.
I wonder if there's a way to rig that lottery machine. I mean, there must be, right?
Sure. Of course. Yeah. You haven't done lottery rigs yet? I mean,
I don't know if we have. I don't know. Like I told you, I don't remember any of these things.
But yeah, of course there's a way to do that.
Well, let's get to the WOW scale.
WOW scale.
The WOW scale stands for Waiter Willie. It's a 5-question quiz. At the end of the quiz, I'll give you a score anywhere between 0 and 5. If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willie. Are you ready to be Wade on the WOW scale?
Talking to me or are you talking to Willie?
I'm talking to you.
There's a lot of W's for you. All right.
I know.
I'm getting Wade. I'm getting Wade on the WOW scale. Yeah. And what does WOW stand for again?
Waiter Willie.
Waiter Willie. All right. Go ahead.
This was all covered. This was all covered in the introduction. All right.
I tuned out after your third ad read.
Yeah, no, listen. First question. These are all kind of yes or no, but you can elaborate if you want to. First question is a 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
Yeah, of course I believe in aliens. That's a smash play. Easy. I mean, aren't the government even admitting to it already? Like that's what.
Yeah, I don't know.
We toss that out.
Yeah, we've been tiptoeing around disclosure for a while, and now it's like Trump is just like using it as another.
Yeah, but Obama admitted it too, and like, but it's kind of funny. Like we just don't want to hear the government say that. Like when they admitted it, like, yeah, we don't want to hear from you. Like you're supposed to be hiding it from us. It's not fun if you tell us and show it to us. We don't want to see what your paws got involved into
it. So have aliens visited Earth?
Visited Earth? Yeah, of course. They visited Earth. Now, last 300 years was the scale?
Yeah, that's the next, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many
all right.
Too many stories of alien probing, and they all describe the same kind of looking aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, how do you guys feel about them waiting for AI technology to catch up with them, like for them? So they're waiting on our technology to catch up for them to come meet us.
I like that question because, as a population, we're pretty dumb.
Yeah.
And also I feel like we can't really understand how the universe works until we have tools to help us understand it. So I think I haven't thought about that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Dude, they don't want if they know anything about us, they don't want this. That we would have to be our slave. I know I keep saying like I can't wait for aliens to come so that I don't have to like pay rent anymore or whatever. But like they're just gonna fuck us up, or
but
I don't know.
Do you think
you don't think
AI
aliens would be landlords?
Yeah.
I think aliens would drive right through the roof.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying everything. I'm saying there won't be rent because we'll be slaves. Like
it won't be. It won't be
fucking
money though. Yeah, it'll be. Like,
I understand. All right.
Take a little bit of your dreams. Give me your dreams.
Yeah.
Like that. Like if you watch us right now and we're like just fighting over the dumbest shit, they would be like, well, we can just manipulate them and like have them work for us. Like there's no world where they're coming here to be like, these guys can get along.
But I wonder if the AI will get to, like picture 10 years from now, is AI going to help convince the population and show them how to overthrow the corporations running everything? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah,
we're going to do better in the next 10 years as a society
because of AI
taking out our leaders and rulers and
You think? You think there's a revolution coming?
Yeah, and it could just be from just voting, like what if AI, how everyone like the only way they vote is like to look at what something they follow votes for. It's like, what if AI had the version that could help?
Oh, and it just told us. So we just followed it. All right, fine. If it's right, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. I don't want to think about any of this shit, man. Just leave me alone.
I think we kill the aliens off with our food. Like we'll get them all fat and sad. So they won't. They could comprehend the kind of fat foods that we eat. And it'll
hold
take
on.
them right out. Yeah.
before you do anything, maybe you want to try some lasagna.
Yeah. This is a franchisee, you call it? Yeah, I mean, give it a shot. It's bacon wrapped around a hot dog. It is deep fried. It is delicious. I will give you humans that.
For real. I mean, they would stand no chance. And it's delicious. So they're done for.
They're going like, I see what you guys are going with this. I see why you guys are extremely dumb. but happy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, question number 2. Do you see now? We might just need to go back to the multiverse, Willie. Question number 2. I'll ask it as is. Will disclosure happen in our lifetime?
Well, who made the choice to have Wade run the ship? Because it's like you have so much anxiety just introducing the show, going through the questions.
Oh, I don't.
It's just like, oh God, it's just question number 2.
No, this is the exact opposite of anxiety. This is me having so much apathy for what's happening here.
All right.
You
care a little bit. You can tell how it comes out there.
But this is also kind of like Willie, we're working on the WoW scale currently. Mm-hmm. It's under construction right now.
All right.
And I just feel like we should just go back to because now I don't know. It's like just.
I know. Well, he's getting this way because now the answer is kind of political and there's loopholes to like have an answer that doesn't work for either of us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I sense all of it. I'm sure the Patreon audience senses all of it as well.
That's what they come here for the logistics of how the show works. So yeah, I just like, do you think disclosure will actually happen in your lifetime?
In my lifetime? Well, like we said, I mean, the way it's coming on with
right,
with the AI and the way Willie was just laying it out that we're going to be better in 10 years. I'll go ahead and say my lifetime, it's a relative way of putting things. I mean,
what do you got?
You're saying a normal, right? Yeah, normally that'd be a good 30, 40 years. But my personal lifetime, I mean, it's a
no, but you're healthy.
It's a
so
clock.
You'll be fine.
All right. I'm hanging on.
Yes or no? What do you say?
I'll say yes.
Okay.
That's
all right.
it.
These are surprising, I feel like.
No.
Ghosts, what are your thoughts?
You say no on that?
I say no. Yeah.
All right. I'll go with yes. Ghosts. Ghosts are it depends what you say about ghosts. I mean, I'll definitely say yes. I mean, just through it seems like, sound. I was in speaking of Colorado, did a show at the what is that? The hotel from The Shining, that was based on the Overlook Hotel.
Oh, the Stanley.
Yeah, at the Stanley. We did a
Nice,
show
dude.
there.
Cool.
We stayed there.
Oh,
was
where
great.
was the show within the hotel? Like,
Well, they have
you
they
walk
have
in
a-
the front doors.
They have like a hall, whatever, like another hall you
Okay.
could do shows in. Like, it
Yeah,
was
it's
pretty.
the next building. They have concerts there. It's great.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the next building. Okay.
Yeah, it's the next
All right.
building over.
Got it.
So that was great. And like, people go there and they did a ghost tour or whatever and blah blah blah. And there's some rooms that do have ghosts. And I remember it was me and Nick Vatterott and TJ Miller. We're all up there. And Nick's room, he had to get up early or something. He said he had a legit ghost. This girl, like, whatever, it would just keep moving things. They're always just clumsy, these ghosts. There's like kind of
Right.
they're kind of brats, just knock things over and stuff. But like, and he was just like, you know what? Not tonight, ghost. I got an early flight, and the ghost was like, all right, and he kind of just like, she kind of just like moved out and like kind of went down the hallway a bit, like, all right, like I'm not if you just don't put up with their shit.
Yeah.
The ghost won't scare you.
No, I believe it. Like, we have a friend that tells a story about his friend's place was haunted, and so he went over and just said, "Hey, ghost, like, stop! I
Yeah,
don't
knock
like
it
this."
off. Right.
And then they just do.
Dude.
You know what's actually
I just want
terrifying?
to say
Yeah.
this last night I was doing my laundry outside and I just started thinking of all these like black-eyed children stories that I've been looking at
Mhm.
recently. And I was going like, oh fuck, what if I saw one right now? How would I act? And I just worked myself into a frenzy, anxiety, every single noise. I was like freaking out. And so like I just left my laundry out there and go back out. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
But I
definitely.
haven't been that scared in a long time. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say what I did get scared was. So I was like, it's creepy. That place was definitely creepy, but they lean into it obviously.
Yeah.
And then there's this one guy, and he worked there, and he was just like, we were doing something. We actually did The Shining and did like a mystery science theater. We had like a party there, whatever. And this guy's like, oh man, yeah. He's like, this place, there's some ghosts. He goes, but you know what? Because they have like a room 227 as well there and shit like in the back. And like, you know what? He goes, that one room he goes right down the hall from you. That was closed last week. That wouldn't have been open. So people come here to kill themselves all the time. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, because like it's like kind of like a destination suicide place or something.
Did not know that.
And then he showed I'm online. He's like a security guy, and he shows me like the fucking like crime scene photos,
Jesus Christ.
like this bloodied body. Like, oh yeah, this was Tuesday. Anyway, there's someone staying there right now in that room. I mean, this happened. Like this is. I mean, we had that ready by 3 p.m. Like late checkout. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, yeah, that's hard. So that. When you have that many kind of, traumatic things happen, and they do say like if there's like screaming, like they say like the radio pitch can get into walls and stuff like that. But like, yeah, that was definitely more horrifying than any ghost there. But
Jesus.
still, yeah.
Wow.
All right. Question number 4. Bigfoot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just still thinking about destination suicides. You can't really package that. The other time I heard about that, real quickly to go back on the
Well,
welfare.
they mostly the only ones I've heard of, they try to stop it. The Stanley's just like, yep, whatever.
Well, I'm sure we
got another one here.
Right? Yeah, it's just like regular. Like, yeah, all right, sweep it up. And the other time I heard about that, obviously there's the famous forest in Japan, but I was up at the mall of in Edmonton. It's the same thing as at the Mall of America, same people. It's like one of those giant malls like that, and they have like whatever, they have a water show with seals and shit, and they actually have a shooting range there. And then the guy was telling me a lot of people to go kill themselves, they'll go run out in the shooting range.
Jesus.
Like get clipped that way. They're even polite they're polite that way, where they don't want to actually
Never heard of that.
rent the gun and have to do that. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, they got the Zamboni, clean up the bodies like it's nothing. It's Edmonton.
But is that like that logic is so weird to me that you would just you'd have to be pretty fast, right? Like, who's just gonna keep shooting? It's like in the movies when you step in front of traffic and like the truck doesn't even try to stop, it just fucking keeps going.
Good bus.
How would you kill yourself? I was always fascinated by murder by cop. When you just have know that that's going to happen. The murder suicide by cop. It's just antagonize them a bit, throw a snowball at them or whatever they did.
Yeah, it'd be great. But they'd be so mean about it, you know.
Right.
Like I would be scared that they would just like not do it. They would like injure me and ruin my life.
Yeah, you would have to really upset. I mean,
I'd do pills for sure. Pills,
and then
man.
somebody else gets blamed. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Right. Someone else is going to take the rank for that.
Let's do Bigfoot.
Say Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Bigfoot. I don't. That's a tougher one because that's an easy one to fake. You can say this would be some kind of creature, you know, that's like just, you know, the missing link kind of situation. It seems like every Bigfoot one was debunked, right? The videos or anything like that. Like it was pretty simple. I don't know about Bigfoot.
Well, listen, a lot of the videos are debunked pretty easily.
Yeah.
But, there's definitely a few. Like take the first one, the Patterson Gimlin footage. I think that looks legit, but people say that that's been debunked. So it's just like your belief gets in the way of the truth.
Right. Didn't Netflix have some Bigfoot thing and it turned out to be some like kind of big like
it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was a hard watch though because I don't remember the details, but it was like a serious crime had happened.
Yeah, it started off as Bigfoot, then it was like, I didn't sign up for this. It was like some kind of, like drug bin, you know, and like just
dude. I know you get stoned and you're like, hey,
whoa,
fun Bigfoot documentary, and then it's like fucking child torture. It's just like holy shit.
Good God, get me out of these woods.
What was the deal with that? I never dared to put it on, but it was the cat. Like, I hate people who hate cats. Or something.
That's a good
and
one.
And they show cat torture in it, or something.
There's cat torture in it. It's like don't fuck with cats or something.
Yeah, don't fuck with cats.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he does. I think he actually does do the cat torture. I forget the details of it.
I put it on, and I saw the weirdo, and I was like, nah, man, I like cats too much. Like I can't just like watch.
What I remember about it was like like a Facebook group of like amateur detectives watching these videos, like we're gonna find his location through all these things, you know what I mean? That's what it was supposed to be billed at. And then like they falsely accused a couple people, and it got run up. And then eventually the guy just like told him where he was. Like, oh, you guys didn't even do shit. He's like, listen, I'm in Italy, all right?
Oh man, I watched this Italian movie from a long time ago before they protected animals, and they were trying to show these cats jumping real high, and they were just throwing these cats.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't watch this.
Right.
If they were throwing them up and then catching them in a nice pink pillow, what about that? That sounds good.
That's cool. I can watch that.
And then they put the pillow in the cat's face and suffocated it.
Yeah. Then the pillow goes in the pillow chipper along with the cat. What do you want to say? No on Bigfoot?
Yeah, you know what? Bigfoot's too easy to say yes to. I'm going to say no to Bigfoot.
All right. Good. Finally, a no. Last question. No, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Last question. Was 9/11 an inside job?
Was 9/11 an inside job? I'm going to say no. But it depends on what you mean by inside job. Was it funded by us? Sure. Was it?
I think the way that we usually specify it is like that someone in our government knew about it and didn't stop it.
Yeah, no, I don't think that happened. That's definitely a leap. Like I know that if you're going to listen, the government's been using war as a distraction, since the beginning of time, but they would never do it on our soil and destroy, and kill our people like that. They would do it. They do it somewhere else.
Willie has a lot of evidence to the contrary.
Know,
if you ever want to, if you ever want to ask him about it, not right now, Willie.
I know. I just want to say it's weird to bite my tongue every episode because of this question, but I will say it is also very nice to have so many people be so hopeful. It's very hopeful for you to not see.
It's optimistic to not think that your government would not stop.
Dude. I'm like, okay, I won't say anything else. It's fine.
You're like a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
So you're kind of right there in the middle, skewing Willie. But
don't you think they'd find something else to attack other than the Pentagon? The White House was next, and
Well, you know,
World Trade Center.
One of them definitely got shot down. You know, but they didn't say that it got shot down. So it's like there was
but what is that? If I think his question is, if the government knew about it, why would they make it the most destructive thing you could possibly do?
Oh, these were specific targets that were getting rid of information. The Pentagon building had information of the $13 trillion that Donald Rumsfeld had the day before they lost or couldn't keep track of. And it's funny if you.
It's pretty high level shit, CJ.
Yeah, they couldn't afford a paper shredder over there. Yeah. Fucking toss a plane in there.
Like anybody can find anything from the government anyway. Like fucking, we have no idea.
I know they've gone years of not showing us where it's going. So
yeah,
like, do you believe in the whole digital doesn't burn steel and all that bullshit and fucking like how that was fake, whatever? Jet fuel doesn't burn steel. That whole.
Yeah, there's so many firefighters that talk about the explosions happening from the basement up, and those explosions would have to be, they have to be pre-rigged, and the pre-rigging came when they were working on the elevators.
All right, we got to get to the topic.
Okay, I was just wondering.
No, listen, he would talk for the rest of the episode if we did this. So it's up to you guys. We could do 9/11.
Let's move on. But I do believe those buildings were built to collapse like that, to implode like that, to cause minimal damage.
Willie.
Oh, that the pancaking.
Hit us with that topic.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, Electric Mayhem. The 49ers football team has experienced the most injuries since 2014. And 2014 is when they moved their facilities next to a power substation. Recently, people, including players, are saying that the electromagnetic frequencies could be causing damage to the player's soft tissue and leading to injuries. Could this team be fighting an opponent that they can't see? Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Have you heard of this?
I heard a little bit about this. They have players who won't come back, right? That are like or they're free agents or something, and they're like, we're not gonna play on those fields anymore. Right?
It's definitely in the discourse there, and that's why I was trying to say this is the perfect conspiracy theory, because it does have a little bit of some kind of truth and basis to it to start off with, and the audience are dumb jocks who will believe in any of this, and they will ride with this, and they will go with it. So now they believe.
Sure.
Like they were saying, it causes cancer, a lot of things. And I'm not saying, but like that's all you need to keep this thing going.
Right.
We'll look into it. That's why.
Well, let's talk.
Wait. Let me just say this real quick. On top of that, the Super Bowl was in San Francisco, and both of the teams opted to not practice in those facilities. They both teams wouldn't practice next to the power. You could say that they wanted a different facility, but
it was definitely out there, and it came up during the Super Bowl week, like two questions, like this is getting to the mainstream with it. Just because they're like, and they're like, we'll look into it. Like, okay, you're gonna look into it, John Lynch. Go ahead. I don't want to see your investigation, but but they do have a crazy amount of injuries. I will say
that's what I wanted to. Yeah, I wanted to like zoom out and just like talk about all the injuries that they have, because like I said, I don't know how many people follow sports, and it's like men running into each other. So you're gonna have a shitload of injuries, but how much of an outlier is it?
So
here's the problem. Go, you say first, and then I'll follow you up.
I was gonna say just some statistics out there. The 49ers have averaged the highest total adjusted games lost in the NFL from 2013 to 2021. And they led that metric in 2020 and 2024. And I think they were like third and second in total injuries the last couple of years. And it's all big stars too. So, and the conspiracy theory is like it's an electrical substation right next to the practice field, and it like jellifies their ligaments kind of, so it just makes it easy to hurt. That's the basis of it.
But yeah, basically there's electronic. Here's the deal. Everybody is, the NFL, all these facilities, they're all doing everything properly. It's just we haven't agreed or accepted the fact that these power stations and power lines are damaging people, because there's so many tests done and paid for by the people causing the harm. That says, no, look, see, they're good. But, I don't answer the phone like this, and I don't sleep with the phone next to me. And,
Sure.
I do believe that there is damage being done on a microscopic scale.
100%. And especially even the funny thing about cell phones too is like, it was funny when cell phones really first became popular and we're like, oh yeah, it might be causing tumors whatever your brain because you're putting the phone to your head, and the phone, they didn't really do anything about it. We just stopped talking on the phone. We just they just lucked into us. Now we just text everybody. Like nothing really changed with it, and nor did it come up with like, well, luckily they're not talking on the phone anymore. You know what I mean? Before we had to wait till 9 o'clock just to call someone for free. Now we can call whenever we want, but we have no one to talk to.
They didn't change the technology. Actually, the technology is doing worse because it's like getting stronger. Yes. You have to have more towers. It's
right.
But also in a weird defense.
I mean, I will say, like, right after the brain tumor thing, it moved to, I don't know if it was a rumor that men were getting testicular cancer from having it in their front pockets, but I switched mine to my back pocket.
Yeah, it's enough for me to make a switch.
Yeah. I don't know though. I just don't know. I mean, of course the companies are going to be evil enough to do it. Like that's been established in the last 20 years or whatever since cell phones started. Like, they're evil.
So on top of these injury things, I just want to say that these, they're not always in first place for injuries, but most of these injuries, the only way that they keep the data is how many games were missed. They don't say what the injuries are. Most of them are concussions or smaller injuries or not star players or what, and off season matters a lot for this too. But yes, they constantly have star players being injured.
Yeah.
And
especially the running backs, since a lot of knees there, they just like go through them a lot. Like it seemed like they're, I thought they were practicing on an ancient Indian burial ground or something.
Right.
Before this came out, I know, right? It kind of is. They say the trees by these flowers are all dead and like stuff like that. Like these are Niner players saying this. Like all the dead trees are right by these like flowers. Like Delani Walker said it gives him cancer. Like it's wow. Now I will say this: they have been practicing here since like 89 or something like that, or something like in the mid 80s. They've always been practicing in Santa Clara. That's where this thing is, and now the changed field there. So like this didn't happen to Jerry Rice and all these guys. I think it's a lot. I mean, if you want to get to the basis of it, you know what I mean. It's the way way Shanahan and these guys practice hard and stuff like that. But I don't know. But
it's weird too that you like bringing that up. Also says a lot of these players are saying like, oh well, they don't do 2 a days. They don't do 3 a day practices. They practice less. But a lot of these injuries are like non-contact injuries.
Yes.
So like all the information is skewed just to injuries. They don't want to be specific and not on purpose, but they just don't keep all that shit.
Of course not. And we should bring up how this thing started. There was a guy named Peter Cohen who was an EMF consultant. And he put a video out on X. It was and he had a huge thread for it, his claim was that low specific frequency electromagnetic fields from the Silicon Valley's power mission substation were weakening players' connective tissues. And it was funny because the video, he's not allowed into practice facilities, so he just has this meter with the numbers going up, and he's like outside on the street, like putting it underneath the fence, and it was still like 100 yards away from it. And that's the thing, like you need to be very close for damage to happen to you. Like they said, like their scientists said you could be practicing on top of the equipment and it wouldn't cause you any damage. Like you also have to be like literally right next to it for a long period of time. But obviously that's what they said. Now this guy's also a sunlight enthusiast. I know you guys are big into that.
I'm one of those.
Yeah.
Is that with the RFK crotch light thing? Is that like
he's not a brown stargazer, right?
No, he's not. He doesn't do the bleaching of the asshole thing, but he's just an advocate for sunlight. But which a lot of people like, yes, I know. Yeah, a lot of those sunlights people say that's all you need. Those electrolytes you get from sun. But so I don't know. So you need a little more evidence. A lot of us too also comes just from our ignorance of radiation in general, in our fear mongering of radiation and like not knowing really like the science of it. Cause what do these things do? They basically slow energy down or speed it up to get it ready to go into your house because like the bolts go across the country and then it gets to these conductors and they either slow it down or speed it up, whatever it's needed to do. And so like we were just talking about with cell phones, all these things, even microwaves, that's like still going on. Like it's kind of like that same technology where the energy goes up and down and then water can't keep up with it. That's why it just turns into heat. And that's why you can heat, like, make tea in there and shit. So we think it's kind of the same, but that's not really how human DNA works with it.
That's where I am. I'm just going like, listen, we're made of water,
right?
And we know that if this stuff goes through the water, and
yeah,
we are polarized, and that's like the worst situation for electricity to travel through. And so all of these injuries are specifically soft tissue injuries.
Yes.
And so that's like the damage is done in the water. That's where I'm at. I'm like,
right.
I really lean towards this being real, but I don't think it'll ever reach the point of it coming out, because then we also have to change. We haven't changed power lines or living near power stations or cell phones. So it's just never going to come out.
Right. And I don't, I mean, it is close, but I don't think it's close enough. Like, I think there's gotta be, I doubt they're the only practice facility near a goddamn,
I tried looking that up,
and,
but it's funny because if you they are right next to the station.
They are next to it, and the video is damning. I mean, it's pretty wild.
There's not much room in San Francisco, but yeah,
right, yeah.
Well, but then how do you explain the history of it? When because they've been practicing there since '89? Is that what you said?
Well, they moved directly next to it in 2014, but they were in the area before.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
and who knows when it was built too, right?
It was expanded. It was expanded in 2014. So they've been practicing there since '88, when they had like Joe Montana and them stuff. And then the power plant's been there since '86, but it was expanded in 2014. That's when it got like really on top of them, I think. And then
I see. Okay.
And then
that's interesting.
And that's when
bums me out.
And that's when the injuries started really rallying up.
And we got a couple guys that were injured from San Francisco over to the Broncos, and they were happy to leave.
Yeah, you got Dre Greenlaw and the Tonga lead back, but yeah, they came out with serious electrical ACL injuries.
Yeah,
it's just funny because I mean, it's like you said, it's plenty, it's enough to get in these football players' heads. I mean, you should see some of the quotes. Christian McCaffrey, God bless him, not the brightest man in the world. But he's like, it goes down, like he should be on here. He's the one who's saying like it just goes to the top, not just cancer. It breaks down our family. Like he has to like cook, like he like unplug, like he comes in, he's like, I don't he's like what's his face in Better Call Saul, Michael McKean.
Right.
He's coming to practice in aluminum foil.
If that does get in your head and then you go there, all of a sudden, you will feel extra heat. You will, you're like placeboing affecting your existence.
100%.
Is he threatening to leave then? I mean, he's a big guy. Like he's a big time.
He's a superstar, right?
If he's not happy, like you got to do something, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going anywhere. Like that's the thing. I don't know if they're going anywhere. It's so funny because then the training camp, then they'll go into a sauna. Like the stuff they do anyway. Sure, the radiation packs, the heat packs they do is much worse than anything they're doing on this field. They have a red room, like the red lights. The rehab and that stuff. Like they say, it's much worse than anything they're doing on there. But yeah, I mean, who knows? They're saying, like the scientists say, you would, like I was telling Willie before, like you could even practice on top of this equipment and you still wouldn't be close enough to do any damage because once it goes outside, like these neutrons, like every 10 yards, like the further away you are from it, it diminishes,
exponentially drops.
Yes, it goes from like a 1 to like 100th, like from 10 yards away. And these guys are like 500 yards away, so it's like maybe you get a little sicker. I would buy them getting sicker more than injuries. I don't.
Well, but has anyone thought like, what the fuck is in this building? Like, have they gone? Like, what if it's not just like whatever these scientists are saying that you can like do bench presses on? Like,
even it was like the ground, like stuff leaking up from the ground, or. That's interesting.
What's going on there? You think the Seahawks are planning something in there?
Well, let's see. They don't play on turf, right? And they don't have the fake,
right?
Because the turf weirds me out. That turf is just like ground up tires and like
that's the pellets and stuff like that. Yeah. That's weird. No, their field they play on is where the Super Bowl was this year, which was grass, and but the practice facility is like an hour away, or whatever, right? something like that. But no, that's
this current
you're right.
one,
Those pellets. I don't. Where do they come from? Are they like tire? Like
they really do ground up used tires. Yeah.
Jesus.
And that's like a dirt.
Why is that bad?
Because you're basically breathing in this plastic rubber mix.
Got it.
So kids are getting lung cancer that play soccer because every time they hit the ground.
Like yes, they've used this technology in like public parks and shit. I mean, how much soccer are these kids playing, dude?
I know.
Well, like soccer fields, instead of dirt, they use the ground up rubber.
So it's funny.
That's also what they coat playgrounds with now.
Right. Exactly. The MetLife Stadium, where both New York teams play, they have a notorious bad field because injuries, and they have those pellets and stuff like that. And they're hosting the World Cup this year, the World Cup Championship. And FIFA's like, no, rip that up and put grass in. And they're going to do it and then put it back for the Giants because they're so cheap. But that's how powerful international soccer is.
Right. Yeah. Well, geez, I don't know. It's all bad, right? I heard if you donate plasma, you might have less plastic in your blood. So we could all do that.
Okay.
We're so far gone on the whole environment. Like we're so fucked on everything. Like there's plastic everywhere. So
yeah, I'm going like, how many extra metals are we getting because of corporations now? Like picture, just like making food in a weird metal thing, and you're getting like bits of metal all the time, and so maybe that is reacting with the EMF stronger. Not to say that these football players are all eating McDonald's, but
right.
We're all eting processed foods. I don't know.
They get fed on site, they get catered and all that. We check into that situation. I'm sure it comes right from there.
Yeah. But if it's ligaments, and I don't know, what are ligaments? They're just like, what are they?
Ligaments connect muscle to bone, or bone to bone. Tendons connect muscles to bone, and then muscles too. Basically, if you're around this EMF energy, supposedly it like creates an inflammation, and it just makes it not as strong. I will say, when you look at the athletes of today, their muscles are stronger than their ligaments and tendons. That were ever meant to be, and so you're going 200 miles an hour, and you're going to cut and go the other direction, like. Yeah, we are definitely stronger than we've ever been. We're definitely, it's easy to.
What
write
about the
off.
gladiators, dude? These guys are strong.
Yeah, but I mean, like we said, they have the modern muscle, whatever. Like the way that the training they're doing, like even like in basketball, everyone's like tearing their Achilles now and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because of like
hamstrings. Like hamstrings weren't meant to do anything,
right?
So that's what we need to do for our next invention. We just need to create like a ligament strengthener, be like steroids for ligaments.
That's interesting. It's weird because I've had like 5 cadaver pieces in my body, and they kept giving me bigger pieces, but they kept still ripping. Your body does grow around it. It's like, okay, so when you have like a soft strain,
so like 5 dead. You've had 5 dead people's legs put in your legs?
They normally use the patella tendon of somebody's knee.
Well, tendon. I'm just thinking, like, when you're an organ donor, do they just go in and take like fucking everything and then just put it in the pile? Like, here's the ligaments. They take everything?
It helps. You can't really freeze that stuff, so it's got to be fresh.
Well, why is there like liver shortages but not tendon shortages?
You can keep ligaments and tendons.
There's just so many more
longer than an actual functioning organ.
Yeah, duh, of course. Okay.
So fresh tendons. You're saying someone dies, like, let's just say R.I.P. Rondell Moore. If you need help, call the suicide hotline. But here's a 25-year-old professional athlete who can run a 4 or 5.40.
Yeah, dude,
fresh in the box.
An athlete dies, and all the doctors
like, tendons.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, my God, I mean,
it's legal in Japan, man. Let's just fly over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's ever tried that reconstructive surgery like before it's deconstructed, right? So you could just add extra tendons and ligaments and stuff.
Well, I like the idea of something comparable to spray foam.
But so, God, I don't know why, but I love that it's the 49ers. I feel like it couldn't be a more perfect team for it to for this to happen to. I don't know why I even hate them so much.
We should all pitch in and build a power station next to the Cowboys and the Yankees.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we need more. We gotta power these data centers, Cowboys. Sorry, going right here. And I'm very curious.
Jerry Jones would definitely not tell them, and have 100%.
Oh yeah. He would. Yeah, he would own he would do it just on his own.
Jones Electric or whatever it is.
Right. Oh fuck! I forgot. I don't know. Do you have a different area? I forgot. I had something. Let me think about it.
I think one of the biggest head turners for me was when there was a classroom that tried to grow plants around a Wi-Fi router. And they wouldn't grow, and I'm just like, we can do our own tests and show our results. We can all use the scientific method on the small scale to prove these things. And I'm going like, everyone gets complaining about, including myself, complaining about 5G and stuff. And it's like, well, like put your money where your mouth is and do a little of your own stuff and just post your results.
Yeah, you could, but like, who's gonna engage with that content, dude?
That's hilarious.
Well, it depends on how many subscribers you have, and you can always pay to get on the. Yeah.
No, you do. I mean, you do get a good point though. There will never be a good conversation about this, just about radiation in general. Just because of, like, the fear mongering of it, and it's just like, even now, if you hear like a nuclear power plant, you just think Chernobyl and stuff. Not all the cancers it could save, or anything like that. Right. It's like productive wise,
Even searching this stuff with AI, like AI is definitely leaning towards the debunking side of everything. It's like, oh no, before I say this, no one agrees with this. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Show me, even trying to find the information of studies done that actually prove a little bit of this, they're buried. They're like, well, these mice, they're not really like us, but these mice, it didn't work out.
Yeah, of course the robot's not going to be like the power companies are killing you. They're not going to.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just pointing out the fact that I think that AI can help us in the future, but right now it's still like run by people making decisions of what is allowed to be shared.
Yeah, it is interesting, but you're saying like you couldn't find if there is. I mean, there has to be. There's tens of thousands of substations, in this country. You would think some team, college teams, NFL teams, they got to be close enough where.
I heard that the LA team is close to one, and I was going like, oh, which one? I didn't really get into it, but
yeah. So I don't. It's tough to say if ELF fields cause soft tissue injuries.
Right.
I think that's more of a, like I said, like cancer. I'll definitely buy into more than that than I would.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it just takes a couple NFL players to be like, I don't know, this is weird. Someone look into it, and then a bunch of maniac.
Better than a conspiracy theorist saying anything. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
Especially now. Here's the thing I wanted to ask you, CJ, specifically. Is it like, I don't want to get into the corruptness coming from gambling, but I'm going like, there's so much money in gambling that the gambling community could actually do more for this than like any other. It's like, dude, I'm not going to bet on this game because you guys are practicing here.
No, you're 100% right. Anything that's like trying to keep it honest is coming from the gambling industry, at least the book part of it, the money you get this shady people with the fixing games. But like, because of that money, they're the ones that they want everything on the up and up. The last thing they want is a rigged game. Gamblers want one, but not the gambling, corporations by any means. And they are the ones that rule the world right now. But I'm looking at this one article, and it says the case rests on the non-thermal biological mechanisms. Pardon me. He argues that existing safety standards fail to account for. And that's what they're saying, is like because of the non-thermal biological mechanisms. But it's been these biological effects have been going on for a long time. And so if it's synthesized by WHO and LRC, they've not established any mechanism by which fields at these exposure levels damage the tissue of any kind. And this is like for 4 decades. So They're saying it's more likely that it would definitely cause like illness, even queasiness if it's outside, then they would be able to, melt your tendons, if you will.
Yeah. Because okay, so where I stand is like, yes, if there was any sort of like thing that could be damaging you, yes, you would feel dizzy before anything.
Yes, 100%. You would feel and probably have symptoms, anything, nauseousness, whatever,
So if it was slowly doing it, I'm going like, well, I mean, this is where you could start studying. Is this team more inflamed than other teams? I don't know.
Right. They do come in hot.
Are they swelling up more? It's an interesting place to start where it's just like try to find something different.
No, 100%. And I don't want to dismiss it by any means by saying, like, in football you get injured, but in football you do get injured. You know what I mean? Like, exactly, like it is just as part of the sport as playing it is. It's so prominent. Now it's weird that the Niners lead almost lead the league. And also it just seems like they lead because they have so many stars and they are a good team.
Well, fantasy has changed that because there's more fantasy players injured on their team.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if you
like they have stars getting injured. George Kittle, Purdy, McCaffrey, all these guys. That have people that people know.
So like the Giants had more injuries, but they were less stars.
Yeah. Right, because they're the Giants. But they would have more on game day or something. There's still game day for the Niners. They're just saying these things collapse on them. So who knows?
Have you guys ever like had your phone somewhere and didn't know where it was, whatever, but then your body started getting warm? Like, no. Like I've had one in my pocket, my legs started getting warm and I forgot my phone was there. I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, you also have 5 dead body parts inside your body though. I mean, who knows, who knows who that could be? It could be someone trying to talk to his mom.
I will say, CJ, because you might know who this guy is, but the guy that did my last ACL surgery, performed at Woodstock. He was a singer in Sha Na Na.
Yes, Sha Na Na, for sure. Oh man.
So that's it was funny because I would try to have a meeting with him and he just would act like a celebrity. Hey, how's it going? Okay, we'll see you later. I'm like, hold on, dude. I got like 8 questions. You're leaving?
God damn it. And then he performed surgery on you.
And when he did the surgery, okay, so originally they were just going to take out the old piece and patch up the screw holes and do the surgery later.
Yep.
And so he said, oh, if it'll fit, we'll do the surgery. So I asked the nurses before I went under, I was like, hey, any chance you guys are going to do the surgery today? Because he said that he might not. And he's like, and they started laughing like, no, if we were going to do the surgery today, we'd have to do a lot more prep. And I woke up and they did the surgery. I'm like, God damn it. Sha-na-na.
Let's sha-na-na. Hey, he was feeling it. And when he feels it, we just give him the mic and the knife.
But it's holding up.
That's
it's been
great.
13 years.
It's like the equivalent of those guys who pull the pin on the roller coaster ride before they shoot you off into the sky or whatever. That prank.
Right.
Like what that is.
I know that prank.
Only you're a doctor.
Actually, I don't mind using Sha Na Na. You don't want them to be in too good of a band, because then it seems like a hobby. Like Sha Na Na, like, okay, all right, you turned your page in life. I get it.
Right. But you're still acting like you're in Sha Na Na by right. I wouldn't know this guy.
If you do a doo-wop revival group, you're gonna. I mean, that's you for life. You can't take that out of you. Nah to that. More Sha, less nah, please, Doc.
I mean, these guys are amazing. I've never looked at a picture of Sha Na Na before, and it's great.
They did Ramalama Ding Dong, right? That's her name.
Yeah. It's funny because when I first saw Grease, I was like, oh shit, Sha Na Na's in this. So like, I knew them more than
So funny.
Well, yeah, I don't know. This is crazy. It's weird. It's a weird coincidence for sure, especially just the time frame of it. And like, I don't know. There's too many variables. I don't know. It's very funny, and I hope that they have to like move their practice field or something because I don't know what else they could do if people are starting to like not go there.
if the Super Bowl wasn't there this year, it might not have hit the news because it just happened and it just basically came out in January.
Right. It came out this year a little bit from that Twitter thread, and it was very, compelling. So then it just gained momentum, and then the Niners kept getting hurt more this year as the season went on, especially in the playoffs. And then once it was in the Super Bowl, like you said, now they're talking about it, to the media. Like the commissioner had to talk about it, and all they're saying is like, yeah, we're gonna, we're definitely something we have to look into. And professors like, yeah, it's highly unlikely, which they never say. That's like them saying, get the fuck out of here with this.
Right.
You know what I mean? We can't speak in absolutes, but like I said, I would love to see what the NFL and the Niners investigation turns up.
I know. Well, I mean, this is a question I have for both you then, is that like, how much of our society is brushing off things that could be harmful because we have professionals or, scientists telling us, it's not, don't even waste your time.
Right.
But they're just reading other people's stuff. A lot of them, they're not doing their own research.
Yeah, no, especially in the last like 50 years, I'd say, even 20 years, where we've become, well, now very recently, we don't trust anyone, but like before, like we just take, doctors, scientists' words for it. But like, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, that wasn't the case. They would never, like you're just taught not to trust anyone back then because they were just making it up as they go, basically, which they kind of were, but at the same time, now we're just so dumb. We just know we don't know. So at least someone sounds confident. Like, I know one thing. I don't know what's going on with the goddamn electric fields. I don't know. I can't believe I don't get electrocuted every time I turn the fucking light switch off and on. So like, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to question some of these people.
I always laugh at, and I appreciate getting a second opinion, but I'm going like, if the second opinion is just someone else who also went through the American Medical Association, like they were all trained the same stuff. And so like you're looking for someone who experienced something a little different than the other person. And that's random and rare. And that's why we have so many weird, strange things that if it's weird, I don't know where I'm going with this. I've seen a lot of documentaries about like weird cases that like nobody has interacted with those symptoms until one person did. It's like, oh, it's just this, and now we can learn from it. And I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I hear what you're saying for sure.
It's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, the rich people, it doesn't matter. Scientists can't do shit now, right? It's the rich people who will just like either kill them or bury it. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm such a doomer lately, but like, I don't fucking see a way out of this unless there's some kind of financial impact that somebody discovers that they're like, oh, EMFs are costing us Amazon shareholders billions of dollars.
I do.
So I'm looking up Dr. Scott Powell Santini. Is that Is that your guy? Yeah, left the
Is he the guy with the mustache?
He left
no, he had the bald head back then. He was and it's funny, they had a TV show, so they did pretty well, but not well enough to not have to go back to medical school.
Right. Well, Donnie York and Jaco Marcelino, two founding members, are still going strong. They're still touring for over 5 decades, acting as manager, and Jaco is the drummer. Screaming Scott Simon, longtime pianist, co-writer of Sandy from Greece. He turned 50 until he died. And then Joe Bowser Bauman left in 80. To become an advocate against imposter bans, successfully pushing for truth in music legislation.
I do like thinking about a movie of some dystopian future where like they're underground scientists because everyone's so dumb and they don't have the labs and whatnot. It's like, oh yeah, I'll do that research for you.
Oh, he's a doctor for the U.S. women's soccer team. You already mentioned that, but they had some major injuries too, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
It's good for you. Maybe you got Lindsey Vonn. She said she almost got her leg amputated.
Right?
She had like a skier?
She's a skier. She's 41. She made a big comeback. And she's going to make a big comeback. Then she tore her ACL right beforehand, like on the trials or whatever. And she's like, I'm still going to ski. And I'm like, yeah, it's not really a good idea. And then she she did. She skied on torn ACL and then shredded her other leg. And, and the doctor's like, well, it wasn't related. Well, it's kind of related. You're putting a lot of more pressure on the other leg because the other
ACL
I think it's gone.
Probably directly related. There's 2 legs and one of them is fucked up.
Good luck telling a woman that.
Is she the one that like she like totally yard sailed it? Like I saw like a bad crash. Was that her?
She had a big crash for sure. I'm not sure if it probably was that one because it was the one they were showing the entire time. She was the one. She dated Tiger Woods for a while. And PK Subban, actually, speaking of hockey.
Well, what do you think? Can we wrap this up?
Yeah, that's why I brought up PK Subban. If you can't wrap up on that, if you can't close on that, then you guys just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've said all my shit. I have no fucking idea. It's so much over my head, but it's very fun and I love it.
It is, and we all can agree we're happy it's happening to the 49ers. If we can just spread this to the Cowboys, maybe the Patriots, we'll be fine.
Really? Nothing?
Well, I feel like I've already kind of did my closing thoughts on it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get any more information on this in the future unless it's a grassroots thing, because the big money's paying to show that there's no damage.
Correct. I like it. Go Broncos.
And your grassroots idea is just to grow plants around your Wi-Fi router, and we all do that.
Maybe we'll grow some babies around the Wi-Fi router. Have like one.
yeah. Matrix style. Is this how the Matrix starts?
And we had two business ideas. One was steroids for tendons and ligaments.
Yep.
And the other is robbing the graves of young dead athletes, keeping those things fresh. Oh, Bo Nix, did you hurt your ankle? No big deal. I got
yeah.
We have a DUI crash last night.
He committed suicide by smelling a pillow.
Former Division I quarterback. So you try this one on for size.
All right, CJ. Well, thank you for being here.
Of course.
You do your show Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Is that correct?
It's live on Mondays and Wednesdays. During the football season, it's on Thursday, but now it's Monday and Wednesday. But it's obviously a podcast. So if you just subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs, SGPN with CJ Sullivan, you can subscribe. I don't care even if you listen to it. Just subscribe to it.
No, it's funny. It's a funny show. I mean, you're like one of the quickest, funniest dudes we know, and so even if you don't bet, I think it's entertaining.
No, it's just me. It's a man in a box going straight, and it's kind of I call it picks with bits for tobacco use only. You don't have to know anything about gambling or sports, really. I mean, it's just like it's a combination of comedy, all that stuff. That's just kind of like pushes it forward and gives it a reason to be on whatever.
If you're into sports, you might as well have someone funny explaining stuff to you. So go check them out.
Bottom Line Bombs, and it's on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network.
Yep, SGPN.
Thanks again for being here. We're going to continue the conversation on our Patreon. You're going to stick around for that?
Yeah, I will.
What we'll get into? We'll get into some crazy shit, man.
I can't I have to get judged on the WoW meter again?
Nope. It's totally free. There's no homework that we have to do at all.
Free ball. I love it.
Start thinking of shit to say because I got no clue.
All right, I'll start with I'm going to get another drink. I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for thank you for listening. And if you want to join that conversation, just go to patreon.com/reallifesci-fi. We will see you next week. Remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. Goodbye.
Real life sci-fi.